Right.
Okay, good morning and welcome everyone to the March 13th, 2025 Subdivision Committee hearing. Mendocino County Subdivision Committee meetings will be conducted in person at 860 North Bush Street, Ukiah. Meetings are live streamed and available for viewing on the Mendocino County YouTube page. The public may participate digitally in meetings by sending comments to pbscommissions@mendocinocounty.org or orally via telecomment in lieu of personal attendance. All public comment will be made available to the committee, staff, and the general public as they are received and processed by staff and can be viewed as attachments to this meeting agenda at our website. Okay, so let's start off with agenda item number 1, roll call. I'm Dirk Larson with Planning and Building Services.
I'm Marlena Dooley, Mendocino County Environmental Health.
Jason Wise, Transportation Department.
Thank you. On to item number 2. Is there any matters from admin?
Nothing today.
Okay. Moving on to item number 3, boundary line adjustments. We'll start off with item 3A. This is for case number B 2025-0003. The owner is George Carver Family Land Incorporated. The agent is Jim Ronco. Requests boundary line adjustment to transfer 62 acres from Lot 1 to Lot 2. Lot 1 will become 9 acres and contain an existing single-family residence, well, and a pond. Lot 2 will become 67 acres with no improvements. This is categorically exempt under CEQA. It's located 7 miles northeast of Laytonville on the south side of Woodman Creek Road at its terminus at the Eel River with an address of 10100 Woodman Creek Road in Laytonville. Staff planner is Russ Ford. Do we have anybody here that would like to make comments?
The agent is here.
Agent is here. Jim?
It's just a run-of-the-mill BLA.
Pretty straightforward.
Creating a parcel that can be better financed.
Sure. Okay. Okay, well then let's bring it back to the committee. Environmental Health, Marlena, do you have any comments?
No comments.
How about DOT?
No comments.
Okay, thank you. Well, can I entertain a motion then?
Does planning have standard conditions?
Yes.
Okay. Then I move we approve boundary line adjustment 2025-003 with standard conditions.
I second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So moving on to item number 3B, another boundary line adjustment, case number B 2025-0006. The owner is Northern Aggregates. The agent is Ron Franz. This is a request for a boundary line adjustment to reconfigure the boundaries between 2 lots. Lot 1 will decrease to 480 acres, and Lot 2 will increase to 181 acres. This is also categorically exempt under CEQA. It's located 4 miles south of Willits on the west side of US 101 at its intersection with Black Bart Drive, located at 16100 North Highway 1 in Willits. Staff planner is Russ Ford. Do we have anybody here representing this project?
I don't believe there's anybody here for the application, so
Okay.
it's just a simple 2-lot adjustment. Lot 1 contains the Harris Quarry, but that wouldn't be affected
Okay.
by this. So
Okay.
planning is recommending standard conditions.
Okay, and then back to the committee. Do we have any comments from Environmental Health?
No comments.
Jason, DOT?
No comments.
Okay, can I entertain a motion?
Yes. I move we approve boundary line adjustment 2025-0006 with standard conditions.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you very much. So now we move on to item number 4, minor subdivision. This is case number MS 2024-0003. The owner is Ken and Don Lorenzi. The agent is Laco Associates. Requests minor subdivision of an existing 33.72 acre parcel into 2 lots and 1 remainder parcel. Lot 1 would be 10.1 acres, Lot 2 would be 5.03 acres, and the remainder parcel would be 17.99 acres. No development is proposed with this subdivision project. It's located 2.5 miles southeast of Calpella on the east side of Eastside Calpella Road, about half a mile north of its intersection with Lake Mendocino Drive, with an address of 3991 Eastside Calpella Road in Ukiah. The staff planner is Liam Crowley. Is there anyone, would you like to make any comments, or is the agent?
So Mr. Delahoy's here.
Okay.
feel like I almost.
Do you have anything you'd like to add?
And
Or?
we're just trying to get it split up for the family. Make
Okay.
it make more sense.
Looks like we have a hand raised online.
Okay.
Good morning. This is Kevin Doble of Laco Associates. I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm here to answer any technical questions that might come up from the
Okay.
committee.
Do you have anything you'd like to add, Kevin, in the beginning here?
No, we worked pretty diligently with DOT and Liam in planning to configure this land division to minimize any construction that might be necessary. And this is really a way for the family to reconfigure their parcels so it's better useful for the family in long-term planning.
Okay, sounds good. I think what we'll do now is we'll go over some standard conditions of approval. And within that process, do you have any comments you'd
Well,
like to make? You want to talk about it with the conditions?
Yeah,
Okay,
just once
all
we
right.
get to my section.
So we're going to go over some conditions of approval. You guys will all get copies of this. And I'd like to just kind of share Subdivision Committee as a recommending body only. Final decision of your subdivision request will be heard by the Mendocino County Planning Commission at public hearing. It should be noted that additional conditions may be determined to be required during the writing of the staff report. These additional conditions are dependent on various reports that have been prepared for the project and comments from local, state, and federal agencies. It is the responsibility of the owner and applicant to ensure that all required conditions have been complied with if the project should be approved by the commission. The owner applicant shall supply written final sign-off clearances to the Department of Planning Building, and conditions may require review or filing by the recommended agency. So with that, let's just kind of jump into it. And again, we'll share copies of this. Start with condition number 1, aesthetics. And it should be noted in the application, we determined that there is no waiver of survey being requested here or exceptions. And again, this minor sub involves proposing 2 lots with the remainder. So if we start with condition number 1, aesthetics, all future external lighting for security, safety, landscaping, etc. will be downcasted. Number 2 does not apply. We'll jump down to number 6, air quality. On the parcel map shall be noted future development of building, sites, access roads, and driveways may be subject to grading requirements and drainage control measures. And then within that same, this property appears to be in a naturally occurring asbestos area. So condition number 8 will apply here. And notes on the parcel map. You'll have to get written verification from Air Quality Management District. As we move down to biological resources, condition number 9 does not apply. There weren't any surveys as far as I could see. Condition number 11 will apply. You'll be required to pay the CDFW fee of $3,018.75 within 5 days at the end of the appeal period. And as we bounce down to, I think condition number 12 and 13 kind of are similar, but I do see there was a survey done, an archaeological survey dated February 5th, 2025, prepared by Alta Archaeological Consulting. So we are recommending that you follow the survey requirements or recommendations therein, which largely are just the discovery clause, which is included in our county codes. So, no fault zone, this property is not in any earthquake zone. We go to condition number 18. The subdivider shall acknowledge in writing to the Department of Planning Building that all grading activities and site prep at a minimum shall adhere or follow best management practices. And there is a kind of itemized list of what needs to be done there. This is not in any floodway or flood zone. So we can skip that. We move on to fire. This is LRA area, Ukiah Valley fire. So condition number 23 will apply and kind of follow the direction of the district. Hydrology and water, we don't need to worry about that.
Well, that's Marlena.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sorry,
You can finish
Marlene.
yours.
Planning,
Go for
yeah.
it,
You want me to go through mine? Okay, so we move on to condition number 32. And that is that the development setbacks, property boundary existing and proposed easements shall be designated on the parcel map. And then condition number 33 will apply. Get a certificate from the tax collector, the taxes are paid. And then lastly, let's just jump all the way to the end. To special conditions, condition number 48. Conditional certificate of compliance shall be recorded for the remainder parcel concurrently with recording the parcel map. And that will conclude planning conditions, and now we'll jump to environmental health.
All right, good afternoon. Well, I'm gonna start you off at condition number 24, which is our request for notification if you're going to be out there digging test pits 15 days in advance. And then we're gonna go to condition number 26. Lot 1 has a primary and a replacement on record already, so there's no additional septic requirement for lot 1. The remainder requires a replacement area, but I know that conditioning the remainder is not something that we would do necessarily.
So that would go on the condition, the conditional certificate of compliance.
Okay.
So we need a condition that says what for the CC?
It would be a remainder, well, the remainder, number 26. The exact language from 26.
Okay, an SER for replacement system.
And Lot 2, the restaurant lot. We have the 1964 permit that speaks to that parcel for a primary, but we don't have a replacement area on record for the restaurant lot. So the condition number 26 for lot 2 is that a replacement area be designated for lot 2. Condition number 28, we require a scaled map, which is typically included in any septic plan. And I just want to confirm the application, you guys are still intending to connect to the water district?
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's that same condition number 31.
We're already connected to the water district.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any questions? Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
It's okay to ask them.
Okay, let's move on to DOT then, and kind of go over their conditions. Jason?
I saw Kevin's hand poke up for a second.
Oh, Kevin, so sorry.
Kevin, did you have something?
No, thank you. Sorry, that was a mistake.
Okay, so DOT conditions have to do mostly with the roads. So if any parcel is touching a county road that it can take access off of, then that's what it does. But if any parcels are internal, then we need to guarantee access to said parcels. So parcel 2 touches Lake Mendocino Drive, and it's not a county road at that point, it's Army Corps of Engineers. I still think that that counts as a public road. I don't know what they can do with just closing it or denying access, but I think it probably counts same as our roads do. So I think parcel 2 is good, lot 2. Lot 1 and the remainder. So the remainder touches a lot of East Side Cowpella Road, a lot of frontage. So it kind of comes down to lot 1. So the way it's configured on the map right now, lot 1 reaches down and touches East Side Cowpella Road by doing a flagpole, kind of a flag lot. If the flag lot is allowed to stand, then we would take off any of our conditions that have to do with subdivision roads or easements, because the lot actually comes down and touches the road. So there would be no improvements to any internal roads, no 60-foot easement or anything like that.
Where's East Side Cowpella?
However, there is that part of the county code that talks about section 17-52, part L, It says flag lots are parcels whose access to the abutting street is provided by a strip or segment, which is part of said lot. And continuing on, in no case shall the access strip be less than 20 feet in width, nor greater than 300 feet in depth. An improvement shall be constructed therein to provide an all-weather driveway. So that's not something that DOT typically deals with. We work out of the county's development plans, development standards. So it could have been something that wasn't looked at before. It's also not something out of Subdivision Map Act. So I don't know if that's up to us necessarily to enforce or try to make an exception for. I feel like I'm limited to, the Road and Development Standards and Subdivision Map Act for what I condition. So I don't know how you guys feel about approaching that, but.
Well, talking about with Russ yesterday, Russ, is that something that kind of is addressed by the planning commission? Is that something that we're kind of dealing with at our level?
Yeah, I mean, we can make recommendations. That's more of a planning concern than it is for DOT because it has to do with lot configuration. But Jason, I just wanted to verify, are you looking at, on the, I believe, the most current version of the tentative map, I don't see a flag for lot 1. Is that correct?
It is a flag,
Is
I would say,
okay,
because
it
this.
looks like an easement to me.
This,
this
well, this
actually-
isn't the most current.
So the one I'm looking at stated August 24.
Hand raised.
Can anyone
There should
share
be,
it?
well, there should have been the more recent, I don't know if
Been
that was
changed-
my
it's been changed
mistake,
since
but.
then.
That's what I was asking.
Okay.
like,
To
does it
connect to
look
that.
like
Yeah.
After the referral packet was kind of sent out, it changed?
No, it was before, I don't know if that was my mistake in not
Oh, I don't
including it in the
Yeah.
most recent map in the referral packet, but
Russ
basically.
is looking for it. He'll pull it up and,
Yeah,
and we'll
he can
share
pull
it.
it up.
Same one.
But
Oh,
yeah, there is
I'm
a strip
logged
that
in.
extends.
Oh. Jason,
out
do
to
you
the
have it? Can you share it?
I have a paper copy here. So yeah, you guys wouldn't be able to see that very well. Let me see here. I think I have that folder open.
Yeah, so now it's looking.
Yeah, here we go. No, I don't think we have
Miss it sometimes.
I don't have something that has the map in electronic form.
So then the proposal
I-
is to split Lorenzi Road halfway between lot 1 and.
That's correct.
Hey, Kevin, do you have anything you'd like to add, or do you have a copy?
Yeah.
of that?
All the way down to East Side Cabell, got it.
Yeah, so then as far
Yeah,
as.
I do. My hand's up. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, great. Sorry about that. Yeah, we did revise the map so that we created the flag lot. We put the lot line between the remainder and lot 1 right down the middle of the existing 60-foot wide access easement. So technically there's 30 feet of width of access up Lorenzi Road for both parcels if that needed to happen. There is an existing all-weather road there now that actually serves the parcels to the back. So we think that we satisfy that concern about section 17.52L.
Do you are you able to pull that up, Kevin, so we can?
I have it up. I just don't know how to share here in this platform.
Is it
If
in
someone can allow me to share.
I think he'd have to be like a panelist, maybe, and then he would have that option.
So I think you just got promoted, Kevin.
Yeah, you're a panelist now, Kevin.
Come on down.
So down at the bottom of your screen,
I
there's a
got it
green
here.
share button.
Okay. Let me know when you guys are seeing this.
We got it.
Okay, great. So lot 1 is here. This is the remainder. This is East Side Calpella Road. There is an existing 60-foot wide access easement. We are running the lot line for lot 1 right down the middle. And this is the existing, you can kind of see it in the aerial imagery. This is the existing all-weather road that serves these parcels currently.
Did you mention another access or a second? I thought you had a second point. that I maybe didn't.
It's Lake Mendocino Drive would serve lot 2. Is that what you're referring to?
I just thought I missed something you added.
No, I think it's a little bit of a technicality. The way the code reads, both lots should touch public street or public road, and that the portion that is easement be at least 20 feet wide, and it's actually 30 feet because we split the middle of the easement. So the way the map would record would be right down the middle of the easement. That would allow lot 1, if there are ever any issues, to have legal access to the public street. So they wouldn't be in a position to be landlocked in any way.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Russ, is that something we can, the project planner can add a condition to the staff report maybe?
Well, I think that's something that Liam and the applicants will need to go through just to make sure that we can meet the findings for that. Yeah, because it says, I was just trying to find the section here. It says in no case shall the access strip be less than 20 feet in width, which is fine, but it also says nor greater than 300 feet in depth. And it looks like that was about a 400-foot run there, 440 feet. So that might be tricky. But I think that's a little bit beyond the goal of the subdivision committee is not to design your project for you, but just to review what's proposed. So if that seems like it might be an issue, then I think we'll recommend conditions based on the proposed project today, and then if you need to do some modifications, it might need to come back to sub, but that's probably something that wouldn't need extra conditions.
Right, and doesn't that code further state that an all-weather road be in place if it exceeds the 300 feet?
Yeah,
It's hard, yeah, the way it's written, it's hard to get at exactly what it's saying, so it could be that that's what it's after. I don't know what the intent of it was.
Liam?
Would this potentially be a situation where the applicant would need to request an exception from the subdivision?
Potentially, yeah, but I guess my question, Kevin, is there an issue with just doing it as an easement?
Well,
Well, it's both. It's both, actually. It's an easement and it's a flag lot. The problem with stopping the lot line here is it brings into play the county road standards, and I don't think that is necessary for this existing configuration because there's really no development proposed with this project. It's going to exist the way it exists now.
Okay.
But the way our standards are written, it's for the potential. So just because it's not intended at this point to do further development, doesn't mean that there won't be further development down the line, and this is the only opportunity to put these conditions on it. So if these lots are split up, I don't know if that means a second unit could be put on each of them, but it's zoned for. But a lot of times that's the case, and people split things up and it changes ownership and then people put in new. So I don't have a problem with the flag lot configuration in terms of trying to cut down on the road improvements. I understand that part. But I'm just bumping up against this other condition.
So I think if that's something that you guys wanted to continue with this flag lot, that would be an exception that would be requested from the planning commission. And that's something that we can pivot on, but it's not something that we can guarantee would happen.
Well, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. One, this is the first we're hearing of this. We thought we had this kind of worked through. I guess we would have to see the language in the condition and work with Liam to try to move this forward in that fashion if it was necessary.
How many feet is it?
It looks like 440 about that top line from the very northwest corner.
Well, okay, so I guess this is something that can be looked at down the road a bit?
Yeah, so this, I mean, we're still very much at a recommending review phase, so this is not a huge issue right now.
Yeah.
So I would say, Jason, if you want to continue with your conditions as the
Sure.
subdivision is currently proposed, we'll get that buttoned up for now.
Okay, so then the other conditions is 42C and E, which is that all easements need to be shown on a parcel map, and all natural drainage and water courses shall be considered as easements with minimum 22-foot width. And then the road conditions may go depending on how this flag lot thing turns out. And then the other one was the condition I asked Dirk to pencil in, or I think it was Dirk to pencil in, with the private road approach being done at the entrance to better meet the county standards for a road approach. And I understand that there are site constraints there, you know, it's on a curve and things like that. So it'll be modified in the field, I imagine, to appropriately fit what's there, but it does need to be widened out. There's kind of a neck point there at the end where the culvert comes out. So regardless of the internal roads or not, the the entrance will ask to be upgraded appropriately.
Are you on condition 42?
I think it was a special one.
Yeah, I jumped around a little bit there, sorry.
Yeah, I lost track.
Yeah, 42 was with the two easements, or with the call outs on the map
Yeah,
for showing all existing easements and then water courses as easements. Then 43, there's conditions for internal subdivision roads, drainage culverts on those roads, a grade not to exceed 16%, upgrades and improvement plans. All those conditions would go away if we do not have internal roads.
So Jason, just to be clear, can you run through just real quickly your conditions again? Just the
Sure,
ones
you
you've
want me
checked?
to just go through all of them?
Yeah, just real quick if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, so then in 43, item B, the subdivision road with access easement shall be improved in accordance with the road and development standards. A10.
42.
That's 42B on our.
Yeah,
Oh, it is?
yeah. I thought, Jason, yesterday I sent you the template that we have now, so we were all on the same page, so.
Yeah.
What
Let
would
me
that be,
pull up
Russ?
what
It was like
42B.
It's
42B.
42B.
42B, okay.
I glanced at it and it looked like it was the same format, but I didn't look
Gotcha.
at it close enough apparently. So let me pull up what you sent. Okay. So we have 41A and C.
Okay,
Those are the easements. E is the
41A.
drainage.
What size is the easement for 41A?
It's, we have, we put down 60 feet before.
Okay.
So if it is an internal road, then it needs to be a 60-foot easement. If the flag lot's allowed to stand, then we don't need a separate easement because it's touching a county road.
Okay.
So then C is all records or all easements of record shall be shown on the parcel map. E is the natural drainage and water courses will be considered as easements, minimum 20-foot width or to high water level plus 5 feet on either side. Then 42, we have item B, which is the subdivision road with access easement improvement. And then for F, part 1 can exceed 16%, which shouldn't be a problem here. I, the plans need to be prepared by a civil engineer and approved by DOT before work is done. And that we need to be notified when the improvements have been completed prior to filing the parcel map. They must be inspected and approved by DOT. K remains no matter what, and it's that any proposed work within county right of way requires obtaining an encroachment permit. And the one, oh, G should have been added in, and I think we're gonna add it in now. That a standard private road approach shall be constructed to a minimum width of whatever the width is supposed to be at. But it's in accordance with the drawing A51B. And that we'll modify it in the field to help better fit the configuration of being on a corner. Because usually with a private road approach, there's some pretty wide tapers. And a lot of times we run into issues, be it telephone poles or someone else's driveway, or in this case, a curve. So.
Jason, I have a question if I may.
Yes.
You said that the conditions for road improvements under 43 would not be required with the flag lot. Is that correct?
Any internal, yeah, anything about subdivision and road improvements will not be there if all the properties touch a county road.
Okay, got it.
Oh,
And then we have, I don't know, do I speak on the special conditions or is that something for planning?
I kind of went over that, but you're
Okay.
welcome to if you want.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
So this number 43 is a no.
So, Jason, just to be clear, conditions on this latest, the most recent format, 43, 44, 45, and 46 are not part of your conditions. There's nothing there.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
got
We're
it.
not requiring
All
them
right.
to name the private road and we're not doing any sort of access restrictions on East Side Calpella. It's good sight lines. If they wanted to punch out somewhere in the middle of the remainder parcel at some point for a different access, that's fine by us.
Okay.
It looks like there is a proposed road name on there, Lorenzi Road, and they own the whole thing, so that
Yeah.
can be adopted.
Yeah.
That's an existing road name,
Right.
Russ.
Okay.
Yeah, all the road names there are existing road names.
Okay, well, that concludes conditions. Any other comments from anybody? Kevin, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I just look forward to receiving the draft conditions. I haven't seen them. We talked through them. It sounds like we'll take one final look at them, and if we have any questions, we'll work through the planning and building department.
Okay, great. Okay, so with that, can I entertain a motion?
I motion that we approve recommended conditions for minor sub 2024-003 to the Planning Commission.
No
Do I have a
second.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that concludes the minor subdivision. Now we go on to item number 5, matters from staff. Any matters, Jocelyn?
Nothing today.
Okay, And then-
Anything from DOT or transportation?
DOT is transportation.
I said DOT, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at you.
I can wait.
I'm gonna get out of here, guys.
Okay,
Looks like
all
it.
right. And
Thank you.
with that, we go to item number 6, adjournment. Thank you very much.
I move that.
All right, yeah, no, it's crammed in there.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
All right, Liam, I've
Okay,
saved
I'll
a
leave
copy
you.
of the draft conditions in the file.
Okay.